All right, well, welcome everybody. How are we feeling tonight? Ready to relax? All right. Well, I'm Jen. I'm excited to flow with you. Tonight's flow will be a combination of stretching. We will get up and move for a while, but it's all going to be more of a gentle flow, just really letting the body de-stress, unwind, and come down so that you hopefully sleep very well tonight. So we're going to start in child's pose. So take a few minutes to get there. Let your body find the transition to child's pose. You're going to bring your big toes to touch. Let your knees go out wide to the long edges of your mat. And begin to work your body down, just nice and easy. You can use 2 fists to rest your forehead there if that feels good. You can extend your fingers long out in front of you. Or you're welcome to bring your hands along your side. So find that resting spot where you can begin to settle in. You may become aware of tightness in the hips. So try not to force opening yet, just breathe. Nice, easy breath in and out the nose. And imagine as you're feeling your body arrive on your mat and you start to become aware of sensations, that again, you just note them. Like clouds moving across the sky, you're not grabbing on, you're just noting, oh, my right hip's tight. I can't feel my left finger. I'm just letting the body be what it is in this moment. So our theme tonight is being fully present. You might notice in the first few moments of class that you don't feel present at all. And that concept just might annoy you. That's okay. Imagine in front of your mat, there's a big bowl. And every time you have a thought intruding into this space from your day, you drop it into the bowl. Maybe you're thinking about what you're going to eat when you go home, or the first thing you have to do when you wake up tomorrow, or something that really bothered you earlier this afternoon. Just let all of those thoughts fall into the bowl. Wiggling your fingers, stretch your palms another ½ inch away from your body. And see if you can allow your hips to become heavier and sink into the mat. Noticing the air moving in and out of your nose. Begin to breathe more intentionally. So drawing your inhale in, filling up. Notice that lift in the back of the spine. Exhale, notice the fall as the belly gets closer to the mat. So that inhale lifts your body, floats it for a moment, and the exhale draws it back down to the mat, deeper each time. So now you're just moving, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Sealing the lips if it feels comfortable to begin to heat the body with what we call Ujjayi Breath. This breath fills our muscles, our tendons, our ligaments with warm blood to begin to activate into our next poses to come. If it feels good, you can rock your forehead back and forth on the mat, giving it a little massage. And as we flow through the rest of our class together, remember this bowl is available at any time for those intruding thoughts. Being fully present doesn't mean that you don't get distracted. That's a falsehood that we have about mindfulness. Mindfulness is about how many times can you come back to the present. So it's okay if it takes you 30 times. Still commit to coming back to this mat, giving yourself this time tonight for you. Let's take a collective inhale. This will be your deepest inhale probably so far. Fill every single one of your vertebrae down your back, lift, opening, and then exhaling nice and slow out the nose with control until you cannot exhale anymore. And then you're gonna ride that next inhale up into tabletop. So we're all going to meet, arriving on all fours, allowing your knees to settle under your hips, your hands under your shoulders. And we're just gonna begin gentle rocks or little circles as you find a good space to stretch out, working into our back. So these are just organic movements, movements that your body wants. You can go forward and back. You can do an extended child's pose and then come up. You can roll one way and then the other. Just bringing movement to all of our joints. And then we're going to arrive back in tabletop together. Spread your fingers wide so you can feel the webbing stretch. And then press from your pinky, ring, middle, pointer, and thumb so you can feel all of your finger pads pressing into the earth. Palms are flat. We're going to flow into a cat. So we're going to tuck our chin, curl our tailbone under, feel the back lift, and then exhaling, unwind. One vertebrae at a time. Fanning your hips to the back of the room, lifting your chin. And that's your first cat and cow. Now you're going to begin to flow that on your own. Let it be your pace. We're exhaling every time we curl in. Inhaling as we open in our upside down U shape for cow. Some people might move quickly, others slowly. There's no wrong or right. Maybe pausing at the end of each one to extend the stretch. And let's take it one more time, each direction, meeting in tabletop together in that nice flat back position. As we arrive in tabletop, we're going to take our right hand forward. Imagine you're shaking someone's hand, thumb up. And once you've extended, see if you can slightly extend another inch forward, stretching through the shoulder. And gently release. Left hand reaches and lengthens, thumb up again, that imaginary handshake with an extra reach through the shoulder. And release. We're going to take that right to left. Each time that you reach forward, see if you can extend slightly, maybe another fourth of an inch. Just stretch the shoulder out, opening up our rotator cuffs forward and back. Let this be the last lift. Again, meeting in tabletop together, we're now going to do the same with our legs. Right leg's going to extend long to the back of the room, flexing through the heel. Press your heel to that back wall, feeling that stretch from your Achilles to your glutes. And release. Switching sides, left leg reaches long. Again, find that flex, stretch, and kind of push back like you're pushing into that imaginary wall. And release. And again, just taking that right to left a few times. Taking a moment to feel this beautiful stretch all the way up your back. And again, we're going to take that each way one more time, and then we're going to put this all together in an extended bird dog flow. Meeting back in tabletop together. Let's reset with a cat and cow. So tucking in, curling that chin to chest, lifting the spine to the sky. Exhale, unwinding one vertebrae at a time, low pelvis first, then the upper mid part of our back all the way to our neck. As we come back to neutral, right arm is going to lift, left leg is going to extend. Engage your core. Nice tight squeeze through the midline, and then reach the fingertips and feet in opposite directions for that beautiful stretch, and then flowing to the other side. So take your time to set up. There's no hurry. Anchoring through your left foot on the mat. And now you're off on your own pace, finding your flow. We're just going right to left, enjoying again the stretch, the balance, the core work we're doing. You're gazing right out in front of your fingertips, about 6 inches, so allow that neck to stay neutral. And again, one more time each way. We'll meet back together in tabletop. As you arrive in tabletop, we're going to move into a beautiful stretch for our shoulder. So our right arm is going to go up and around, nice big circles in reverse. Only go to your range of motion. So it doesn't have to look like other people in the room. We all have different shoulders, different stories. Then you can take your shoulder in the other direction. Again, honor your range of motion. This right arm is going to slide in between our left arm and our left thigh. So you're just going to slide it along the mat and then sit back into that child's pose position with the hips. If you're already feeling a lot of tension, stay there. Don't go any further. If you want a little extra, slowly lower the body forward, turn the gaze to the right. And then you're going to use your breath to stretch into the shoulder blade. So nice big inhale. Exhale, release and soften. And just take that a few times on your own. Inhaling with a little lift. Exhaling, melting closer to the mat, opening that shoulder. Take one more inhale and exhale cycle together. Longest exhale you've had. Let all that air out. Left hand is going to push you up, and we're going to roll the shoulder a few times before you put any weight on it. Just let it come back to life. And then when you're ready, we're switching sides. So left arm now is going to begin those nice full range circles. Again, stay with your body's range of motion. Maybe playing with the edge slightly, but not overdoing it. And when you're ready, you can reverse it, taking the circles the other way. So allowing your breath and your arms to move together. When you're feeling ready to thread the needle, left hand's gonna slide under that right. Again, once you feel a lot of tension in the left shoulder, you're going to begin to relax and stay right there. If you need a little extra, you can slide on down, taking your gaze to the left. Those of you who are used to doing binds, you're welcome to add a bind. What that means is sliding a right arm to the back hip for a little extra shoulder opener. Taking one more big inhale. Nice, slow, intentional exhale. Right hand's gonna push us up. We're gonna give that shoulder a few little wiggles before we put it back on the ground. And then take your knees wide again and revisit your child's pose now. It's going to be a little different than a few moments ago, hopefully. Maybe you wanna try a different variation. You can always turn your head to the side, bring your arms behind you. Just settle in for a few breaths. Scanning the body, seeing what's changed since you arrived on your mat. If you have any thoughts that are still intruding, just ask them to wait in the bucket until after class. And in this next 2 breath cycles, I want you to think about what has been the best part of your day. One thing. And as you think about what's been the best part of your day, take a nice inhale in and allow that feeling, whatever that sensation is of goodness, to flow into your body, bringing it a little bit of ease as we begin to find down dog. So we're gonna walk our hands forward in front of us, spread the fingertips wide, curl the toes under, let the hips float up to the sky, and then you're gonna soften the knees and begin to just pedal out. You can wiggle your hips, stretch through each calf. Just find a motion that feels good for you. Allowing your head to hang heavy, like a grape just hanging off of a stem. The head doesn't need to do anything, so release all that tension down the back of your neck, shaking it yes and no. And then we're going to do a little flow here. So we're going to rise onto the tippy toes on an inhale. On an exhale, we're going to slightly hover our knees above the mat. And then we're going to release back, press the heels to the back of the room, stretch in your fullest down dog. So it's an inhale up to the tiptoes. As you begin the exhale, the knees get close to the mat wherever you can go. And then release back, push your heels to the back of the room now, stretch it out. So take this a few times, inhaling up to the toes. Let the knees slowly find a couple inches, hover above the mat, and then reach the heels to the back of the room, stretch it all out. So just continue that 2 more times, only going to where you still feel strong but challenged, and then release. Last time through here, all together, and we will meet in a full down dog. Big breath in, inhaling, exhaling it all out, and relax. We're going to walk our toes to meet our hands, intentionally step by step. Find your hands, bend your knees a lot, walk them to the far edges of your mat. So our knees are bent. We're coming into cradling our elbows with our fingertips, dropping our head forward, and beginning gentle rock side to side, just swaying like a tree out in this little storm we've got today. You're just loose, relaxed, and moving with ease. All the weight shifts into your big toes so that you're allowing your hamstrings to stretch safely, keeping our quads engaged. So we're squeezing the front side of the body to open the back side of the body. Beautiful. Taking that one more time each way. Letting yourself come all the way to center and come totally still. So we're just hanging heavy. Weight is tipping into the big toes. You're feeling those hamstrings fire up, squeezing the low belly in, and then release the fingertips to the floor, toe heel your feet back in. Hands find the ankles. We're going to roll up as slowly as possible. So I want you to feel each one of the vertebrae stack. Head comes up last until you find the top of your mat. Big inhale, mountain pose. So I want you to feel as stretched out as possible. Toes are rooting you into the earth. Fingertips are stretching you up to the sky. Big inhale in. And then on the exhale, I want you to imagine just like the waves of the beach come in and out, you're going to crash down, and then you're going to race away from the edge of the beach. So you're the water, you're the waves. So you're crashing down, relax. Inhale, strengthen and tall. So I want you to feel this difference between engagement and release. This is all of nature. In and out. So let your breath take you up, and then exhale, let everything go. This is a good time to let go of something that is not serving you. We all have something that has bothered us, that's came up. We're carrying something. Let that go for this time, and just let your body be a little bit looser, a little bit freer. One more, in and up, down and out. We'll meet at the top, mountain. And then we're going to take our right hand We're gonna let our left hand just gently encircle it, and we're gonna wave and bend over to the right side, stretching out that left side body. Inhaling up, switching wrists, exhaling over, stretching through that right side body. And then we're gonna take that right to left. So now we're just gonna swing right to left, but with intention. So feel the core supporting the limbs, letting the arms be able to reach a little bit further each way. Let your gaze lift towards the sky. And then feel the edges of your feet anchoring you right to left, right to left. Coming back to center. Big inhale up. Cactus the arms down, coming into chair. So we're going to come into your strongest chair position. You may need to move your feet a little bit. Push your hips to the back of the room like you're sitting into an imaginary seat. Beautiful. Inhaling up is going to be a strong mountain pose. Feel everything tight and engaged. Exhale down, draw the shoulder blades to touch. Cactus the arms, lift that chin. You might start to feel some heat build in the legs. And then inhale, release. So again, I want you to feel this difference between that release and then that engagement and strength and heat building. Good. Inhale, release. Exhale, hold. Lift all your right toes off the mat. Press into your left foot strongly. And switch. Left toes lift, right toes anchor. One more time each way. Right toes lift, left toes anchor, and switch. And release. Beautiful. Inhale, reaching up, nice and tall. We're going to walk our feet in till our toes touch. And we're going to steeple grip our hands. So again, you're going to feel a nice stretch. Might feel really tight through the shoulders. You can always bring your hands forward or bend your elbows a little bit more if that's too much on the shoulders. And then we're going to begin to reach back as we tuck our hips under. So push your hips to the front of the room towards me. Lift your chin to the sky. And feel that great opening down the chest, down the belly, down the quads, hip flexors, all getting a beautiful stretch. And then exhale, nice and slow, swan dive down to the mat, forward fold. Awesome. Inhaling, halfway lift, coming to a flat back, and tuck the tailbone, feel that engagement through the inner thighs, squeezing together. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, mountain rise. So now we're going to begin to flow. First, right to left. Just moving as one class. Inhaling up, exhaling chair. Sitting down, lifting right toes, and then swap left toes. Beautiful. Inhale, reach. Exhale, flow right to left. See if each time you come into the side bends, you can get a fourth or a half inch further over. Inhaling mountain, exhaling chair. And this time we're going to hover those right toes up for a little bit longer. So really squeeze into the thighs, feel that burn. It's a good burn. And switch. Left toes up, right toes down. Awesome. And inhale, release. Hands touch together, steeple grip. Wiggle those toes all the way in to find each other. Big inhale reaches you up. Exhale tips you back as your hips come forward. Like you're spilling water out the top of your fingertips behind you. Keep reaching, keep pushing. Nice big opening of the front line of our body. And then as slowly as you can, falling all the way forward to forward fold to the bottom of the mat. Hang heavy. Beautiful. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise, tuck the tailbone, push strongly through the big toes. Last time through this sunny here, right to left, side bends. Pause for a moment, get a little bit of extra length. Inhale brings you up, exhale sends you over. Finding the middle together in mountain. Stepping wide into chair. Lifting the right toes up a little bit longer this time. So really sit back in the hips, squeeze those inner thighs together. Awesome. And switch. Left toes up, right toes down. Feel the weight in the back of that heel with the left foot. Awesome. Now, all the toes up. Just press through your heels. Squeeze your quads. Awesome, guys. And here we go. Up. Step the toes together. Fingers clap. Big inhale reaches you. Exhale presses your hips forward and your fingertips reach to the back of the room. Letting that water fall out of your imaginary cup. And then forward, nice and slow, all the way down, forward fold. Shake that head out at the bottom. Right to left, forward and back, little circles, whatever feels good to your neck. And then inhale, halfway lift, walking up to a nice flat back. Squeeze that low belly, squeeze those inner thighs. Balance that imaginary cup of water on your back. And release. Inhale, rising up all the way to the top. And bringing the hands down to center. So we're going to bring hands to heart center. Samastitihi. This is just a moment to check in. So you can either close your eyes or take your gaze to the ground. And just relax everything. Shoulders down. Big breath in. And out. And just scan your body. Notice where there might be some extra tension. And on your next inhale, see if you can create space in that area. A little extra lightness. Often we don't even know that we're tight in an area until we pause and do a check. And it's just a good time to kind of squeeze out that extra tension like water in a dish rag. Just let it rinse out. As we stand in Samastitihi, it's a wonderful time to check in with gratitude. Now, this has become cliche, and this is not to say we don't have things in our lives and our days that just don't go well or are stressful. There's always something to be grateful for, and I want you to think of something that has no monetary value. It could be a relationship in your life. Could be a pet, although it probably costs money for this pet. We're not going to assign them monetary value right now. They're a relationship. I just want you to think of that person. Maybe it's a memory. And I want you to feel that flow through your body. We know neurochemically that when we think of positive things and grateful things, it literally changes our chemistry. Let that soften your face, broaden your stance, open your heart. And then together, big inhale in, exhale out. Again, together, inhale in, nice and tall, long spine. Exhale out, relaxing the face and the shoulders. We're going to move into our Sun B together. So our Sun B is going to be warrior poses. I'm going to turn this way so you can follow with me. Inhaling up, mountain pose. Exhaling, chair pose. If it feels good on your shoulders, reach your fingertips forward. If it does not, reach your fingertips back. So you find your chair arm position. Left foot's going to step straight back. So just kick that leg straight back behind you and then take your hips up under your shoulders. We're in Crescent Lunge. Fingertips rise. Beautiful. So you want to feel like this left leg is strong and loaded. So give it a little bend and then a little tuck. Squeeze that left glute and hamstring and then feel like your hips are just slightly pressed forward, lifting your chin tall. You guys look gorgeous. All right, exhale. Fingertips are going to come to the back of the room. Anchor by squeezing your inner thighs together. Lift your heart high. Inhale, mountain arms. Exhale, airplane arms. So we're doing a little balance challenge. You're going to start to feel the body warm up. That's what we want. Just hang with it. Flowing airplane arms. Squeeze the shoulder blades to touch. And then inhale, fingertips long, stretch to the sky. Taking that one more time each way. Beautiful. As we come up this time, we're going to move into warrior two. You're going to take your back foot and just pivot it parallel. Now surf in and out of this front leg to allow this right hip to get open and loose and wake up a little more. Naturally, your knee can find now a spot above your ankle behind your toes to rest. And we're gonna feel like you're pushing the mat away in opposite directions with your feet. So you're anchoring through your pelvic floor. Extend your fingertips long. Gaze comes out in front of your middle finger. This is a strength pose. So I want you to feel nice, powerful, and strong here today. And we're gonna flow this. So we're gonna go into extended warrior to warrior two. Back and forth, just stretching. Right leg is nice and long. Reach your fingertips back behind you. Exhale, find your warrior two. It doesn't matter how deep you go back. Just feel like you're lifting up to the sky before you tip over for that back opener. And release. So you're gonna take that a couple times, flowing forward and back at your own pace. And then we're gonna meet in warrior two. So everybody coming back together. From here, we're gonna go to extended side angle. So I want you to imagine there's something out in front of you you're trying to reach. So hinge forward, bring your hands to 6 and 12, tuck that tailbone under, and then reach to the sky with your left hand. So we're nice and long and engaged. We're not tipped all the way forward and disengaged in our back. I actually want you to stay elevated in this position tonight. So we're reaching to the sky, inner thighs are drawing in and up to each other. Awesome. And then exhale, release, warrior two. So you're gonna flow this 2 times. Extended side, reaching forward, hinging. Exhale, hands to 6 and 2. We're letting that right hand find the inner thigh. Reach long, another ½ inch to the sky through your left hand, and release, warrior two. I know your legs are on fire, hang with me. One more time, hinging forward. Exhaling the fingertips down to the mat. And then we're coming all the way up, ending facing the wall. So you're gonna be a nice big starfish position. So I want you to stretch out, reach those fingertips in every direction. Feel wide, big, long. And then we're gonna come into a horse stance. So our heels are in, our toes are out, and we're just gonna bounce this a little bit. Just nice and easy through the hips, warming them up. If you're like me, this is where I'm really tight, so just give yourself a second. Awesome. All right, so we're gonna inhale up to star. Okay, exhale down to horse. You're gonna bring your elbows in for goddess pose, you've got it. So the inhale is the release. The exhale is the power part of the pose. And now we're gonna move our breath with it. Inhaling up, exhaling, huh. Inhaling up, use your belly, exhale, huh. So that way we're beginning to build some energy with this pose. Every time you come into your goddess, there's a little extra diaphragmatic pressure. You're gonna feel like a little snap of a rubber band. Yeah, there we go. Building that heat, getting out toxins that don't serve our body, drawing in energy that does. So every time you come up, I want you to bring in something your body needs. Every time you go down, let something go you don't need. We all got plenty to let go, but so much good to bring in. Awesome, guys. Keep that flow going. A few more times. One more time up to star. We'll all meet there. Big extra stretch. Let's all find goddess together. We're gonna hold. So tuck your tailbone, lift your chin, make fists with your hands. We're gonna do 10 pulses together. Here we go. Inhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling up. And coming into Prasarita, we're gonna bring our feet parallel now. So toes are gonna go towards the office, and we're gonna begin to tip forward head first, nice and slow, all the way down to the earth. Let your hands find the mat first. For me, I'm usually pretty tight when I arrive in this pose, so I like to travel right to left, bending my knees, giving myself a little extra time. If you arrive already pretty loose and relaxed, you're welcome to just hang your head heavy and stay put. Anyone who loves inversions, you're welcome to go there, if that's in your practice. So this is a beautiful pose, getting the head below the heart is really good for slowing things down in the body, inducing relaxation and calm, improving our cardiorespiratory health. So just let your body settle in for a moment and then maybe come to a resting point for 2 or 3 breaths, bending your knees as much as you need to. And then we're going to come to a halfway lift, pressing up through our palms. We're going to bring our feet scooch in about 2 inches because I want you to feel like you can get into a deep squat called bear. So just like a bear, kind of getting back into your haunches, I want you to push your hips back and squeeze your low belly nice and tight as you lift your hands. You're reaching right out in front of you. You're in a low squat. We're going to hold this for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and rise all the way up. Awesome. We're going to pivot back to the front of the room in Warrior 2. So right foot is going to point forward. You're going to come back into that strong Warrior 2 position. And then here's the tricky part. We're going to go back to Crescent. And we're doing this on purpose to build strength in our ankles. So I want you to take your time, come up on your back foot first, then pivot your hip forward to your Crescent. You got it, you got it. Squeeze your inner thighs, reach up nice and tall. And then we're gonna find mountain together, push off your back foot. Everybody's arrived, gorgeous. And let's flow it down to the mat, forward fold, head heavy, shake it out. We're gonna flow to the other side now and even ourselves out. Inhaling, halfway lift, reset the spine. Exhale, melt. Inhale, rise, mountain all the way up. And chair pose. So we're going to offer a little variation this time in chair before we flow to the other side. Drinking bird is a balancing part of chair. So sweeping our fingertips back, squeeze your shoulder blades together and shift your weight into your toes, heels lifting. And see if you can just stay up 2, 3, 4 seconds, maybe longer. Well, you guys are champs, so you already went way past that. And release. Awesome. Now right foot is stepping back, sweeping up, crescent lunge. So bring those hips up, squeeze that tailbone, and again, anchor through your back leg. You're using that right glute. Squeeze it tight. Gorgeous, guys. And then we're going to flow mountain to airplane. So as you come forward, squeeze your inner thighs together as your base. Lift your heart. And then inhaling mountain, coming back up. All of these are beautiful for working our balance and coordination. Increasing our body's ability to always be able to find where it is in space, even if we would trip, fall. Beautiful. One more time each way. As you come back up this time with mountain arms, we're going to pivot into Warrior 2. So we're taking that back foot parallel, and we're surfing in and out of this left hip, just letting it open up on its own without forcing it. And then after 2, 3, 4 of these, just let your knee find a resting spot behind your toes. Tailbone tucks, fingertips extend long and strong. Gorgeous. All right, so we have our flow here. We're coming up, straightening that left leg, tipping back, but we're not falling back like this. We're inhaling up and then coming over that imaginary stability ball for a big stretch. And then exhaling, Warrior 2. So you're gonna flow this on your own. You can stay with me or do your own pace. Just feeling this nice opening through our left side body, our hip. We're gonna take it 2 more times and we'll meet in Warrior 2 together. Last time here, up and back. And finding a strong Warrior 2, resetting. For extended side angle, remember we're hinging. So reach for that imaginary object first, then let your left hand slide on the inside of your left thigh. And imagine I'm grabbing your fingers, your right fingertips, and I'm just pulling and stretching you up to the sky. Awesome. And then again, releasing Warrior 2. So you're gonna take this just like you did the last flow. You're gonna go in and out of Warrior 2 and extended side. at a pace that feels good to your body. You can always stay with me. Anchor through that front big toe if you feel shaky. Last time here. We'll all meet in Warrior Two together. And from Warrior Two, we're going to flow back again to Prasarita on the other side of the room. So this time we're going to do what's called sunflowers and moonflowers. So imagine the moon is going to be at the bottom, the sun's going to be at the top. So as you come down, your fingers are going to come towards the earth. You're going to bend to just where you can go. Then on the inhale, rising, sun, you're going to reach as tall as you can. So it's earth to sky. So take this on your own, just moving with your body. Often we come to classes like this with a lot of expectations on our body that has nothing to do with being present. We're caught up in the story of what we used to be able to do or what we want to do. So by being present, we can honor the body we have tonight. Everybody's got something in their body that they're probably not super happy with, but that's the human condition. So honor what you've got here and flow with it and let it stretch. One more each way. And then this time, as we all meet in Goddess Pose, we're going to bring our hands to our thighs. We're going to move into a nice stretch here. By tipping forward slightly in our hips is going to create room for us to drop our right shoulder to the front of the room. Press into your right thigh. So we're getting a nice little hip and shoulder opener. And we're going to flow this right to left. So again, you're using, both knees are staying bent. You're in a squat position. Try not to rotate through the knees. Keep your knees facing to the parking lot and use your rotation through your belly. Good, and then you're gonna go right to left at your own pace. So sometimes we're doing this. See if you can just keep those knees where they are. Stretch out through the core. Awesome, you guys look great. Wonderful. One more time each way. As we come back to center, we're gonna rise all the way back up, give those legs a break, inhaling stretch. Exhaling, feet come parallel, hands come to the back hip pockets this time. So I want you to draw the shoulder blades together. We're gonna get a chest stretch as we come into Prasarita nice and slow. So tipping forward, weight into your tiptoes. All the way down, head is last. Try to keep the arms on the hips for a moment, if you can. Big breath in. Exhale, tip forward a little more. And drop the hands. Everything releases. So again, if you want to find stillness, just hang heavy. Another option is to put your left hand on the earth and inhale, rotate right hand to the sky and just stretch out. And you can go right to left, either holding and stretching or just flowing. And I really want you to listen to your body. You don't have to do what I'm doing. Sometimes your body needs to move. Other times it needs to be still. So be present and check in. If you are twisting, take it one more time each way. We'll meet back in the center together. Once we've all arrived in the center, give your back a little extra lift for a second. Nice flat back. Exhale, release. We're gonna bring the feet again about 2 inches closer so we can come into that bear position. So like those linebackers on the line, you're bending down into the thighs, squeezing them tight, coming up to a halfway lift, fingertips reaching forward. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 5, 4, I don't know, I forgot to count. 3, 2. Oh, you guys do not find that funny. You don't want to stay there? Come on up. All right, stretch it out. So we're coming back to that warrior 2. So take a second to hit a strong warrior 2 by pivoting that left foot forward. You got it? I got you too relaxed. You can't laugh anymore. You're like, what is happening? And then remember, as we go back to crescent, you're going to pick up this foot first so you can pivot the hip. Yeah, there you go. Squeeze the inner thighs, arms nice and strong, mountain pose, and push up all the way. Gorgeous. Arms relaxed down by your side. Shake it out. All right. We're going to close our standing practice with a balance. So I'm going to actually give you 2 options because I really want you to be present with what your body needs. You're either going to go to tree. So if you're going to tree, your left foot will be planted on the earth. Your right foot can be kickstanded anywhere but the knee joint. And you're going to just find a place for your eyes to rest. Second option for anyone who's wanting a little hip opener, you're going to draw your right knee up and across into a figure 4 stretch and sit back into that imaginary chair. If you're doing the figure 4, be patient. Give yourself a second to get there. You want to put more weight into the leg that's actually off the ground. So really push back into both hips. Awesome. And remember, do whatever your body's calling for. You don't have to do what everyone else does in the room. Just pick the right place for you. If you fall out, get back in. Start over. And see if you can stay there 3 to 4 breaths before we switch sides. And then once you're ready, try to come out with intention and control. And release and reset, shaking the feet out for the other side. All right. So if you did do the figure 4 on the one side, make sure you do it on the other so you're not lopsided. All right, so if you're in figure 4, that left leg's coming straight up, kickstand it first, then begin to sit back, both hips sitting back, back, back. You got it? Lots of weight into the leg off the ground. That sounds funny to say, but if you put extra focus on that hip, you'll stay more balanced. You guys look great, fantastic. It's just 3 to 4 nice concentrated breaths. And remember, when you come out, unwind, intentionally, slowly, controlled. And then shake it out. Nice job, everyone. Let's do a collective inhale, mountain. Exhale, hands to heart. Closing the eyes, sealing your standing practice. And by sealing it, I want you to just feel your body. How does it feel from when you first came in? Just maybe name it in your mind, one word. Soak up that good feeling by being present with it. One more big inhale, mountain, fingertips high. And exhale, flowing all the way down. Hands are gonna find the mat. We're gonna walk back to down dog, so step the feet back. Our knees are gonna find the mat first, and then we're all gonna lower down to our bellies nice and slow. So once you arrive on your belly, take a few minutes to rock your hips out and kind of readjust until your legs feel long and a little more even. And then just relax your toes, draw your elbows back towards your shoulders. We're gonna rise Sphinx Pose. So like the Egyptian Sphinx, the shoulder, elbow, and wrist are at a 90. We're looking straight out in front, not straining. And then squeeze the shoulder blades to touch. Exhale, unwind. So you're gonna flow this now to work on strengthening our C-spine. You're gonna inhale up, press through your palms, squeeze your shoulder blades tight, relax your butt, no squeezing the booty, and release. So when we squeeze our glutes, we're taking the work out of the back. So I want you to really focus on the center of your back working and strengthening. We all need this. Do too much sitting. So 3 more cycles up and down on your own. Hips are level, pressing into the mat. Awesome. Using that breath to lift you on the inhale. Exhaling, unwinding. When you come back down this time, we're going to stay down. You're going to take your head to the right, hands by your side, belly down, Shavasana. Rock those hips, right, left, right, left, right, left. And then roll the shoulders up, back, and around, just loosening any tension that you're holding up in your traps. And then let them fall heavy to the mat. You're going to bend your knees, and then you're just going to windshield wiper them right, left, stretching out through the hips and your low back. Beautiful. Bringing the legs back down to the mat. This time we're going to bring our head back to center. Palms now are going to go flat on the mat. So flip those palms over, reach them to the back of the room, and we're going to lift only the upper half of the body off the mat. So keep your legs and feet on the mat. Press strongly into your palms, lifting up, gaze right out in front of you. Again, feel that engagement of your entire spine. You lift to where you can go, and then maybe a fourth an inch higher, and then slowly controlled come back down till your chin hits the mat, and then inhale, lift. Feel both hips press into the mat, feeling each vertebrae lift you, and nice slow unwind. 2 more just like that. If anybody struggles with back problems, pain, weakness, these are great to do at night before you go to bed. 1 more up. Take an extra pause at the top, little extra lift, squeeze, stay, and unwind. Left ear to the mat, relax the arms. This time you're going to slide your hands, palms to the sky, right into imaginary back pockets. So they're just resting on the top of your glutes, palms up. Now you have little wings with your elbows. On the inhale, lift your elbows to the sky. And feel like you're getting your scapula stretched, like someone's lifting you up. And then exhale, let the elbows come all the way down to the mat. So each inhale, feel like you're being lifted. Someone's pulling your elbows to the sky, stretching your shoulders. And slowly release. 2 more times, just like that. Nice and slow. Really enjoy that stretch and lift. 1 more. Pause at the top. Little extra stretch. And a little slower descent. And then relax your hands by your side and just melt. So feel how the earth rises to meet the body and holds it. So let your body go completely limp if you can, surrendering to gravity. And then I'm going to cue you in a moment, and I want you to resist gravity by squeezing every single muscle in your body. So here we go. Inhale together. Exhale together. Inhale, squeeze, tighten, tense, everything. Feel things lifting off the mat. Keep squeezing, keep tightening. Let go. We're going to do this 3 times. Each time I want you to feel like you surrender a little more to gravity at the end. Inhale, squeeze, lift, tighten, engage, fight, and let go. Here we go. Inhale, squeeze, tighten, lift. Let go. Let go a little more. Drop your shoulder blades. Soften your face. Release your heels. I love this body analogy of life. Every day we have moments when we're fighting, willing, pushing things to happen. And then sometimes we just gotta let go. It's in the surrender that things happen, not in the fight. And every single one of us can relate to this in some way in our life. So in your own space, I want you to meet that. What do you need to surrender? Or just let go a little bit. Breathe. Be. Let your next inhale take your head up over to the other side, switching cheeks on the mat. Nice inhale fills your back. Exhale, feel your heart fall into the mat. Your heart has two beautiful sides. Your lungs fall down the back of your spine and come up the front of the belly. Inhale, filling your heart space open. Exhale, filling the back of your spine, release. Inhale, filling that heart space open. Exhale, filling the back line, release. Keeping the eyes closed, mindfully move to your back at your own pace. So we're just going to find a spot on our back. Knees are going to be bent. And just like you found on your belly, rock the hips, rock the knees. Let everything find a place to settle. Shoulders release away from the ears. We're going to extend the left leg long, draw the right knee into the chest. Fingers interlace around the shin. As you draw your right knee to your chest, let it fall to the outside of your right hip, creating pressure on our ascending colon. This is a detoxing pose, cleaning out everything inside of our body. Let your left leg be long, relaxed. Big breath in. Exhale. Draw that knee a little closer. One more inhale fills you up. Exhale a little bit closer. With intention, extend the right leg straight out long, flex the foot. Slowly lower it to the mat, switching sides, left knee to chest. Fingertips interlace around the shin, and we just let that left leg find the left hip. Again, nice, deep, rich breath in. Exhale, pull a little bit snugger to the body. Now we're moving over to the descending colon. The most beautiful part of yoga is it works every organ of our body by this release and compression. One more inhale. Exhale, squeeze. Lengthen that spine down away from the neck. Beautiful. Left leg extends straight out. Flex the foot. Let it intentionally find the earth, and then draw both knees to chest. This time, both hands come to the shin. You can just touch the shins and pull them close. If it's in your practice to interlace, you're welcome to. And then just little tiny rocks, right, left, massaging that low back. Now we're on the transverse colon, so nice big inhale. Exhale, draw the shins to chest. Press the back completely flat. Every vertebrae reaching, pressing. Beautiful. And then we're going to pull this right into happy baby. Hands are going to slide right onto the thighs. Pulling the knees to chest if it's in your practice. Flexing the feet to the sky, making those imaginary footprints. And then if you would like, rocking right, left, full release of the back. If there's anything else your body is calling for, go ahead and go there. Otherwise, we're going to work into Shavasana, letting our heels find the mat. Slide the heels long. So Shavasana simply means final resting pose. It does not mean you have to be on your back. So I want you to feel comfortable to go wherever your body feels most relaxed. That could be on your side. That could be back to child's pose, where we started class. It could be with your knees bent. If you do have a lot of back discomfort, you can put your knees in a tent, draw your feet out wide, and let your legs rest on one another. So just find a place you can be still for a moment. Wiggling your toes, rotating your ankles. And then we're gonna squeeze the calves, squeeze the kneecaps, squeeze our quads, and let go. Rocking the hips, right, left, releasing any final tension there. And then let the hips melt back into the mat. Wiggling the fingers, rotating through the wrists a few times each way. And then making fists for a moment. I want you to feel that tension rise through the forearms, elbows, all the way up to the shoulders, and let go. And then taking the shoulders, shrug them to the ears, release. Inhale, shrug. Exhale. And then just slowly rock your head side to side for a moment until it finds its resting spot. Eyes become heavy in the back of the head. Everything lets go. So we're going to take one moment of silence. Just let the body settle. And in these final moments, allow your mind and body to think of the last moment that someone extended kindness to you. Maybe it was just a simple smile. Maybe they held the door for you. Maybe you received an encouraging text or phone call. Someone let you go first in the grocery line. I know that might be a stretch, but work with me. But just let that moment come back. Life is so crazy, so busy, and we have these moments where we feel like no one cares. But there are moments that someone cares. And allow that to soften your body, your heart, your face. Just find a few deep breaths there. Drawing one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Feel the breath rise in your hand on your chest. Travel to your belly, lift and fall. Inhaling and exhaling. One more big breath in and out. Taking your time to roll to whatever side is comfortable. Sleeping baby is our transition up to seated. Take one breath here. This is symbolic in yoga of rising to a new version of yourself, meaning that you came in one way, and there's things we can leave on this mat and come up to seated with a little reset. So just take a moment here in seated, roll the shoulders, rock the hips, and then we're going to draw our hands to heart center to close out. I want you to revisit that moment of kindness that someone has shown you And I invite you this week to extend that same kindness to someone else. If it was a smile, give a smile. If it was someone paid for your Starbucks, pay for theirs. But just pay that forward. Big breath in, nice and tall through the spine. Exhaling out, release. The light in me sees the light in you. Thank you all for coming out tonight. I know in our busy lives it's not easy to make time, but you did. It was my honor to guide you. Namaste. Have a blessed week. If you have any questions or any feedback, I'd love to hear it. Have a great night. Really feel a little looser? Awesome.
Thank you, everybody, for coming to our 5th community class. We'll be doing these every week. Next week, Gemma will be teaching Zumba. So
Ooh, a little switch. Yeah, that's awesome.
Had a little bit of a shift. Jen, if people want to connect with you and do one of your classes or work one-on-one with you, how do they contact you?
I can just give you my contact information. Yeah, just come up. I'll give you my number. Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, so each week we're inviting a new instructor from a different gym or just kind of trying to cross-promote businesses, help everybody get successful.
Yeah, right now I'm a personal trainer at Crunch Fitness, and I'll be teaching yoga over there, but I also do privates as well, and I'll be doing more as I get back into the community. I just moved back. I've been out of state for 7 months at work, so I'm getting reintegrated. Yes, thank you. Thank you for having me here. It was awesome.
And then the class is free, but we do accept donations. We got a cash tip jar, and then we do Venmo. If you guys, there's a barcode up there if you want to donate to the class. And also, if you guys want to check out the float tank, if it's your first time here, I'd love to give you a tour of our float tank. It's pretty awesome. We'll do 50% off for class members for your first float session in the float tank. So if you guys want to check it out, come see me. And namaste.
Have a good night. You're welcome. How you feel?